Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video will be about the dash cams. I just bought this dash cam from Temu. This is not a sponsored video. I bought this with my own money. So we will review this one and install it to the car. The specs on paper for this one looks very good. It has voice control. It's a QHD 3K. Also has the Wi-Fi and app control. So let's open it up and see what we have here. So of course the user manual, we don't need this one. Here is the dashcam. We will see this a little bit later. Here we have the wiring cable. This is USB-C to USB-A. This is power converter, so basically from 12 volts to 5 volts. This dashcam works with 5 volts. Included in this box we also have the micro SD. That's 32 gigabytes and it's class 10. And of course we have a sticker that we can put it to the windshield of the car and put the dashcam on top of this. And here is the dashcam. Let's peel this protecting film off. On this side it has the space for the USB Type-C connection and also for the micro SD card. This one moves, so we can adjust it when we put it to the windshield, and we can also remove this if you want to take this out and don't have to remove the whole thing. As we saw when we unboxed, the packaging had included only this USB-C to USB-A, so we can connect this to the cigarette port of the car, but it will not film when the car is off. So the camera has a G sensor that detects the hits or movement of the car, but it will not have power when the car is off. So for that I bought this separate. It's a hardwire kit, so we can wire this in directly to the fuse box, so the camera will work also when the car is turned off. This was not included in this package. All of the links for the products that I will use on this video will be on the description. This is the official application of this dashcam. It is available on the App Store and also in the Play Store, so we can open the app and hit that plus button, and after that we have to select the dashcam version that we have, and this one is D6 3K. So select that, and we have to insert the memory card and triple click the power button.
Micro SD card is being formatted. Formatting succeeded.
Okay, the formatting is completed and we can go to the next step. Okay, so in my case the LED is breathing blue, so we can go to the next step. The next step is to connect it with the Wi-Fi, and as you can see there, the password is from 1 to 8.
Press the power button to authorize.
The last step is to select the language, and the connection for the phone and the dashcam is already done, and we can simply go and mount this to the car. Okay guys, so I'm already to the car, and we will install that on my Mark V Golf as per usual. And the best place for that is to install it behind this mirror right here. I put this film so it can stick better, so we will place it right here. It will stay like this, and will not be visible to the driver from the other side, so will not distract the driver. So we will put it on, and later on, if we need to make any adjustment, we can simply turn this in the angle that we want. The next step is to remove this protecting film off, and we are ready to stick this. Just make sure to stick it as straight as possible, like this. So that's solid right now, and when we adjust the mirror, it will not be visible from the driver's side. Now it's time to do the wiring. So as I said in the beginning, for this we will use this hardwire kit, which will connect to the USB-C on the dashcam. We will run the wires through this headliner gap right here, through the A pillar right here, and it will go to the fuse box. We will connect it right here. So for the headliner, we don't have to remove this. We will just tuck the wire right here, but the A pillar we will have to remove because it has airbag, as you can see right here, and we need to be sure to put the wire behind the airbag so it will not be in front of that. Here we can simply pry this open and start to feed the wire uh, behind the headliner, and we will do this till we go to the dash cam. Here we have the airbag, and we have to be extra careful for this. And as you can see right here, here is the wiring loom, and we will put a few zip ties to this. So the wire will be behind the airbag, and in case of airbag explodes, will not be any wire in front of that. So we are ready to do the wiring, and for this step you will need the multimeter, or if you don't have that, also a test light like this one will get the job done. So here we have the three wires of this dashcam hardware kit, and the first one that we will connect, it's the ground wire. The ground wire will need to be connected to a bolt that connect to the chassis of the car. And for the ground, I will use this bolt right here. It has a plastic in between, but it's not a problem because it connects to a chassis. To verify that the ground is good, we can simply do a test. Just turn on the ignition of the car, so all of the fuses will be active basically and connected to the ground that we are trying to do. And after that, connect to a fuse, and as you can see here, the light comes on, so this ground is good and we can totally connect to that. Once we connected the ground wire, we will have only two more wires left to connect, and then we are done. The red wire connects to a constant 12-volt fuse that stays powered even when the vehicle is off. This provides power for features like parking mode. The yellow wire connects to an accessory fuse. This fuse only receives power when the ignition is on, telling the dashcam to turn on while you are driving. This hardware kit came with this type of fuses that can connect only if there will be an empty fuse slot, like my car has those right here. But if your car doesn't have an empty fuse slot, you will need a fuse topper like this one, and with that you can tap to an existing fuse. So you can simply cut this off and connect the two wires together. With this kind of fuse topper, you can put the existing fuse and one more fuse for the camera. My car has empty fuse slots, and we will connect directly to them. To find a fuse that will be always on, we can use this test light. So first one, we will connect it to the ground, and then we can check. So ignition off, and check. This one doesn't have power, this one does not, but if we check right here, this one will have with the ignition on. So we can simply tap the red fuse onto this, like this. Now to connect the yellow wire, as we saw right here, this doesn't have power when the ignition is off, but when we turn the ignition on, this will have. And when we turn it off, it will not have power. So we can connect it to this one. I want just to mention that you don't have to worry what kind of fuses are those empty ones, because they are empty, and if that fuse burns out, it will not cause anything, because nothing is connected there, will not interfere with anything. So this is good to go. The hardwire kit is connected. To make this fuse box to look a bit better, we can simply put a zip tie around the wires, and we can tuck them away. And this is it. The dashcam is fully installed and ready to go. Overall, I'm really impressed with this dashcam. It's compact, easy to use, and the connection with the application over Wi-Fi is good. I will leave in the end of this video some real driving footage so you can see it in action. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so you won't miss any future DIY car tutorials and reviews. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.